Well, doctors and aid workers are gearing up for a polio vaccination campaign in Gaza that will start on Sunday. The World Health Organization has delivered 1.2 million polio vaccine doses to Gaza so far, with another 400,000 on the way. The plan is to vaccinate 90% of the children under the age of 10. Now, the campaign relies on daily 8-hour pauses in fighting between Israel and Hamas in specific areas. The campaign comes after the UN confirmed the first polio case in Gaza in 25 years. And all this comes as Israel steps up its almost daily raids in the occupied West Bank. The Israeli military says it has killed 2 people in confrontations there. In the first, they say a man had infiltrated an Israeli settlement, while in the second, a man shot at Israeli soldiers after his car caught fire and exploded at a gas station. And Israel says it has intercepted rockets fired by Hezbollah overnight as fears of a full-blown war in the region grow. The rockets targeted northern Israel. The Israeli military is saying some of them did make it through, but landed in open areas. Some fields were set on fire. That's the extent of the damage. The IDF says it struck a number of Hezbollah facilities in retaliation. Joining me now is retired Major General David Fraser, CTV military analyst. And General, thank you as always for joining us.
Roger, good to be with you.
How do you think these humanitarian pauses are going to go?
Well, I think they're actually going to happen because we're talking about children here. There's already on the world stage a child who is now paralyzed because of polio. So this is something that probably has gotten right to the heart of the Israelis and the prime minister that, they can't just ignore this because it's on the world stage and it's something that's, it just crosses a certain line. But it also is indicative that the Israelis have been saying for some time that they've got things reasonably under control inside of Gaza, so they can allow this to happen. But we should expect a lot of those 90% of the children to be vaccinated because this is a preventable disease, and the fact that we're seeing one in the first time in 25 years is just despicable.
And I'm going to guess that Hamas is probably going to try and take advantage of these pauses to try and move people, move military equipment. How much would Israel, do you think, will they let go or let happen before they respond?
Well, Hamas will certainly take advantage of this. Hamas have been using the Gazans as shields throughout this war. They're doing as much damage to the Israelis as they are to their own people. But Israel is going to be watching very carefully, and Israel is not going to allow Hamas to do something that's going to jeopardize their own operations or their own soldiers. So, it'll be a watch. And if, there is an interaction, Israel goes after something in Gaza, it will be as a result of trying to target the Hamas who are actually trying to do something. So both sides are still on high alert, and we should expect probably sporadic actions throughout this vaccination, but the vaccination will probably go on too.
And is this a chance for Israel? Are they looking at this as maybe a chance to see how well they do control these different zones?
I mean, they'll be looking at that. I don't think this is what I would call a temporary pause just for humanitarian aspects. It's not going to change what Israel is doing as the course of the war in Gaza. They've got their own plans. They know what they want to do in all this. So they're not going to, this won't be a trigger for discussions. This won't be a trigger for, what comes next. This is just literally a pause just to vaccinate children. And then they're going to go back and try to go kill and destroy Hamas after this.
And of course, to the north, we have Hezbollah launching more rockets overnight. Still, nothing has happened there beyond. Everybody's been waiting for that big response from Iran or from Hezbollah, and we haven't really seen it, have we?
No, we haven't. And and again, throughout all this, if I can use the term, Hezbollah has shown a degree of restraint from just attacking Israel outright. And I think, Hezbollah doesn't want a war with Israel. And so, in fact, we're just going to see these skirmishes of exchanging of rockets on both sides and, Israel going after Hezbollah leaders. But, it is, in a very complicated, messy situation, a degree of restraint by Hezbollah. They haven't gone after Israel more. But at the same time, this is a powder keg and it could explode into opening up a second front.
Okay, General, thank you as always for your insight on this. We appreciate it.
Roger, thank you.
Retired Major General David Fraser, our CTV military analyst.